best friend, she's my baby, she's all my family, she don't judge me, she always listens to me and does something every day that just makes me smile, even though she admit it.
I've been homeless since I was 16, I'm 33 now. I've stayed on the Crown Court steps, museum steps, in doorways, everywhere basically.
Can you see any likelihood of sort of getting out in the next couple of months?
Hopefully, yeah. You know, just gotta keep going as you go.
That is the scandal, that here in 21st century Great Britain, one of the world's richest country, we still have homeless people sleeping on the streets in doorways. How have we ever tolerated that?
How long have you been homeless for?
I've been homeless since I was 16, I'm 33 now.
And what sort of places have you stayed?
I've stayed on the Crown Court steps, museum steps, in doorways, everywhere basically, in tents.
Why wouldn't you stay in a hostel if there's a hostel bed available?
Some of the hostels are not safe to be in.
Because
There's drugs there. I'm an ex-user, I've been clean out for a while. Yeah, and I don't want to go back to that. Because if I go back to that, it's just nothing for me. If I go back to that, I've been there. I've been in that deep hole. I don't want to go back in that deep hole again.
some people sleeping in the tents in Queen Street, there's been a bit of controversy about that with the local councillor saying they should tear them down.
I reckon that's wrong.
Why?
Because why should she say tear them down when she got a house to live in? Well, let's go tear her house down then and see if she likes it. She ain't gonna like it, is she? No, there we go then.
What are the people like in the pub opposite? Are they okay?
Everybody's gold.
And the community seems to be quite supportive, the ordinary people, apart from the odd councillor who comes around and says it. Can you see any likelihood of sort of getting out in the next couple of months?
Hopefully, yeah. You know, just gotta keep going as you go.
And how is your health now with your back? Because it can't be any...
Just gotta get through it, you know what I mean? It's killing me. My voice is gone, you know.
And are you in constant pain with it?
Yeah.
Do you get to see a doctor or...?
Can't wrestle with doctor, I'm homeless.
Did you end up on the streets?
From hostel to hostel.
Right. How did you end up in a hostel originally?
So taking drugs, go through a bad time.
If there was one thing that got you onto drugs, that got you addicted, what would you say it was? Looking back, what led you to drugs?
No, really, just being homeless.
What was the hardest part of life on the street, would you say? Was it just the cold, the conditions?
The cold and, like, for my family to see it the way I did, because I never ever would like my family to see it as the ones to see it.
Alan, he was sleeping in his archway here in Bradford city centre when he was attacked. Somebody coming out of a nightclub kicked him and broke his nose. This is just one of a series of incidents Alan's faced. He's had his tent stolen, so he has nowhere to sleep, and he's relying on help from the Alcare Foundation to provide him with hot meals and a bed to sleep in. This is just one of the several people we've met out in Bradford tonight who shared their stories with us of being on the streets.
How important Kimmy is to you, Shane?
Well, she's everything. She's my best friend, she's my baby, she's all my family, she don't judge me, she always listens to me and does something every day that just makes me smile, even though she admits it. She just does something daft that makes me smile every day.
So today, when you found Street Cause charity, I mean, how did you hear about it?
I seen someone yesterday and he told me about it, coming up here and said that I could come up and see what it's about and stuff.
Yeah, you can. Where are you sleeping at the moment, Shane?
I'm sleeping in a tent.
Oh yeah, whereabouts? On the riverside or?
Up at Kimberworth Park.
Is it?
Near garage up at Kimberworth Park.
And she's called Kimmy, isn't she?
Why
is she called Kimmy?
Because I lived in Kimberworth Park.
Oh.
Kimmy Park, that's short for it, so it's Kimmy. because I asked, like I said, permission if I could have a dog, because
Yeah.
I got 2 accesses to a garden.
Yeah.
And I says, if I can't have a dog, I don't want flat.
Yeah.
And like, you had to have 2 interviews for this flat.
Yeah.
And I was both interviews, and they both said, they didn't say yeah, but they said, we can't see a problem. So then when I see it stated, I've took her, and like I said, bottle fed her and all that. And then they found out, and she don't make a noise, she don't make a mess, she never has done. And they give me an option, get rid of her or get out. So I got out. And now they're saying, because they give me that option, they phoned me up and said, could we house you, so you can have a pet, would it be alright? I said, yeah. And they said, do you still want Kimber Park? I said, yeah. We'll be in touch.
So you're waiting now?
Oh, they were in touch. They knocked on the door and said, you've got 7 days to get out. We've got a court eviction notice.
Wow.
Christmas Day eviction notice before. And so I've got out. I've got no family, no friends, no. And all my stuff in the flat, they've put in storage.
Okay.
And they're trying to charge me nearly £500 to get it back. Where am I going to get £500? And then if I do, where am I going to store it?
So what do you think are the specific problems for women on the street, though?
Oh God, cleanliness for a
Cleanliness,
start.
yeah, exactly.
I think women like to be cleaner anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I come to Winchester 30 years ago because my brother lived here, and I have my son who's up the road, and I didn't have anywhere to live, and I had a house for 17 years, and I had a mental breakdown, I think you call it, and I walked out the house and just left everything there. And I think somebody could have been around a bit more then, stop me walking away from and help with the debt problems and that. And I was on the street for 3 years.
And that was in Winchester?
In Winchester, yeah. Sleeping in a car park,
How long's the tent city been here in Leeds?
It's been here about 10 days now. Like I say, the council said there were 33 homeless people on the streets of Leeds. I took this action. And obviously it's a humanitarian aid camp. I've worked with obviously Leeds City Council, Outreach Services, West Yorkshire Police, who have actually been fantastic, can I just say that? Yeah, and we've all liaised, we've managed to get 15 off this camp within 10 days time into temporary accommodation. I believe 9's gone in to a temporary accommodation and 6 have gone into permanent housing, which is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, the biggest problem was universal credits. Obviously it's had a massive impact on how many people are becoming homeless because of the long-term benefit sanctions, that sort of thing.
So is it the fact that the money's being given to them beforehand?
Yeah, no, obviously you know how universal credits work now, sorry. Obviously they get the money, all the rent etc is paid for them, direct to them rather than going to the councils and rent, the rent people, private landlords etc. So basically they get a big lump sum of money and then they're going out and seeing that big lump sum of money and they're spending it. And obviously we're all 2 or 3 weeks away from being homeless, no matter who you are.
I'd say I had a place for 7 years in the Meadows, and then I moved because I sold the property and I got this for a year. And then just like that, through no fault of my own, the neighbours started, and I left over in a rush, and then I started sofa surfing, and then that got to the point where I couldn't do it no more. People were just getting rid of it. In all, it sounds horrible to say, it took about 8 months to get where I am now. 8 months.
So where were you in the meantime? Where have you been?
I've been sleeping on friends' sofas, family, ex-partner, and wherever I could.
Right, -6 overnight.
-6.
Well, it went past like near -10 it went. So.
Alright, okay.
It's not as bad as it seems, really. Till it rains anyway.
Yeah.
Well, there's some people worse off than me.
Hello, this is John Cross from Croydon, where you might see the Crisis building behind me. That's where the Crystal Palace players Sakho and Benteke actually visited in December, and I have to say it's a hive of activity down here. Just late Monday afternoon, nearly 5 o'clock. It's getting cold. It's been a rainy sort of day, really. The place is filling up. They're talking about sort of 60 people a day going in there for help. They provide everything really from training, advice on shelter, laundry, even some showers provided. But the visit here and the work that Crystal Palace have done in particular really strikes a chord with people within the centre. I think they can relate to football. They can relate to footballers, obviously, like Sacco talking about basically spending some time on the streets in Paris as he was growing up, difficult upbringing. And I do think, obviously, for a lot of people in there, they can relate to football, and it's so good that they can actually think then that football is looking after them. Football is such a cash-rich industry, and really the thought that they could do something around here is something of a deprived area of London. As you walk through the streets on the way here from the station, really, there's lots of people preparing to sleep rough for the evening, a lot of people with sleeping bags, and sort of food begging on the streets, and it's a really difficult life for many of them. And that sort of place, that sort of support, and knowing that really it's not just that centre, but other places, and indeed the Crystal Palace Football Club is behind them, is actually something of a godsend for them, something that the support, and really trying to help the people on the streets.
Come down here on a promise of a job, and when I got down here, the job was taken. He said, the owner of the boat said give it to somebody else. So I was basically left without any money and ended up homeless.
And you found a park bench to start with.
Yes,
How
I was.
was it sleeping rough there?
A bit scarier, because like the first time I slept out, you know, not had a roof over there, not know where my next meal's coming from, and things like that.
And you found the bus. What does sleeping on the bus mean to you?
Well, it's like a little community. We're all friends. We've got security here, and we basically all get on and have a good time, and try to make the best of a bad situation.
Is the loneliness one of the hardest things about finding yourself on the streets?
Yeah, it is. Everybody wants somebody to be with, but when you're on the bus with Wayne and the others, we just have a good time and try, like I say, to make the best of a bad situation.
And you can finally get a good night's sleep here?
Yeah, we sleep all right here. Yeah, my bunk's just down the bottom there, and we make brews for each other. As you heard, we have a laugh and joke about. And basically, that's it.
And what's the dream one day?
To get myself back on my feet, and maybe we get a flat and another boat and start fishing again.